Hi, this is Julieta Yang Orfiano. Welcome to my video. If this is your first time on my channel, please like, share, and subscribe so I can notify you if I have a new video. This is the continuation of part 13 about property, plant, and equipment. I discussed in part 13 about the depreciation methods. Just click above or the link below this video to watch part 13. In this video, I am going to discuss about the depreciation methods. Depreciation methods. The depreciation method used should reflect the pattern in which the asset's future economic benefits are expected to be consumed by the enterprise. A variety of depreciation methods can be used to allocate the depreciable amount of an asset on a systematic basis over its useful life. These methods are as follows. A. Time factor methods. Under time factor methods, first, straight line method. Second, accelerated methods. A. Sum of the years digit method. Letter B. Double declining balance method. Letter C. 150% declining balance method. Letter D. Declining balance method. Letter B. Activity or use factor methods. Under activity or use factor methods, first, service hours method. Second, productive output method. Letter C. Multiple asset depreciation methods. First, group method. Second, composite method. The time factor method considers the decline in the economic utility of the asset as mainly a function of time rather than as a function of usage. The methods are divided into uniform charge method or straight line method and accelerated methods. Straight line method. This method is widely used in practice because of its simplicity. It assumes that the asset provides equal economic benefits in each period of its estimated useful life. Annual depreciation charge is computed as cost or revalued amounts less residual value divided by estimated useful life in number of years. Oftentimes, depreciation is calculated using a rate applied to depreciable amount, cost or revalued amount less residual value of the asset. This rate is obtained as 100% divided by life in years. Thus, 10-year life would use 10%, 5-year life would use 20%, and 4-year life would use 25%. Decreasing charge methods. These methods assume that assets provide higher economic benefits during the early years of their useful life, thus providing higher depreciation expense in the earlier years. This is based on the theory that assets generally are capable to generate more revenue in its early years of use. Decreasing charge methods include sum of the years digit method, declining balance method, and double declining balance method. Sum of the years digits method. The depreciation charge for each year is computed as depreciable amount times estimated useful life beginning of year divided by sum of the digit in the life of the asset. Sum of the digit in the life of the asset, SYD, is n asterisk n plus 1 over 2. Double declining balance method. This is also known as 200% declining balance method, where depreciation is computed by multiplying a fixed rate to the declining carrying value of the asset at the beginning of the period. The fixed rate under this method is computed as twice the straight line rate. Rate is equals to 2 over n asterisk. Asterisk n is life in years. Thus, if the life of the asset is 10 years, double rate is 20%. If 5 years, double rate is 40%. If 4 years, double rate is 50%. It will be noted that this method ignores the asset's residual value, and depreciation in the final year of the asset is usually taken as the difference between the asset's book value and residual value. The next is 150% declining balance method. Computation of depreciation under this method is practically the same as in double declining balance method, except that the fixed rate applied to the beginning carrying value is 150% of the straight line rate. Rate is equals to 1.5 over n. Thus, if the life of the asset is 10 years, the fixed rate is 15%. If 5 years, the fixed rate is 30%. If 4 years, the fixed rate is 37.5%. The next one is declining balance method. This method adopts the same procedure as in double declining and 150% declining balance methods. The fixed rate that is multiplied to the declining book value of the asset, however, is computed as this scientifically formulated equation that computes the depreciation rate provides a carrying value at the end of the asset's useful life equal to the residual value. Service hours and units of output methods. These methods assume that depreciation is more of a function of use rather than passage of time. The life of the asset is expressed in terms of the number of hours that it is expected to be used or the number of units that it is expected to produce. A depreciation rate per hour or per unit is computed by dividing the depreciable cost of the asset by its estimated total service hours or total production in units. Service hours method. A depreciation rate per hour is computed using the following formula: depreciable amount over total number of productive hours. Units of output method. A depreciation rate per unit is computed using the following formula: depreciable amount over total units of production. The depreciation rate per hour or per unit is then multiplied by the actual number of hours or actual number of units produced during the period to obtain the depreciation expense for that period. Since the amount of depreciation varies in direct proportion with the usage of the asset, the unit of production method and service hours method are also termed as variable charge methods. Group depreciation or composite depreciation methods. These methods are adopted by enterprises with multiple items of property, plant, and equipment subject to depreciation. Under the group depreciation method, all similar assets are grouped and treated as a single unit for depreciation purposes, while under the composite depreciation method, several assets that are dissimilar in nature are grouped and treated as a single unit for depreciation purposes. The computation of depreciation for both methods is the same and essentially uses the straight line method. Assume the following data for ABC company that owns several machines used in its operations as follows. The composite life of asset is determined by dividing the total depreciable cost by the total annual depreciation. Thus, 600,000 pesos divided by 92,750 pesos equals 6.47 years or approximately 6.5 years. The composite rate is determined by dividing the total annual depreciation by the total cost. Thus, 92,750 pesos divided by 750,000 pesos equals 12.37%. The entry for depreciation is debit depreciation expense for 92,775 pesos and credit accumulated depreciation 92,775 pesos. 12.37% times 750,000 pesos. Under this method, when any one of these assets in the group is sold, the asset account is credited for the cost of the asset retired. Cash is debited for each sales price and the difference is debited to accumulated depreciation. No gain or loss is recognized on the sale or retirement of the asset since the recorded depreciation is not related to any specific asset in the group. Depreciation is discontinued when such would result to a book value of the assets in the group lesser than their residual values. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you learned something from this video. I did part 15 and continuation of this video wherein I discussed in part 15 about component depreciation. Just click above or the link below this video to watch part 15. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on my channel so I can notify you if I have a new video. Once again, this is Julieta Yang Orfiano. See you on my next video.